Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Today is the second live of this January series where I wanted to discuss with you guys ways in which you could show up for 2022 in a thriving way, right? Not to just sit and hope it's going to get better, because it's not, but really for you guys to actually get ready to thrive in 2022 is what I want to make sure that we touch on and that you're getting ready for. If you missed the first live that we did last Monday, I strongly invite you to watch it. What we were talking about last Monday was the biggest danger that you could face as an actor in 2022. And just to sum it up for those who watched and who want to be reminded, but if you didn't watch, please do watch it because I want to make sure you get everything out of this. So what we touched on was the biggest danger, which is actually not to fear that you're not going to book and that you're not going to make money in 2022. But the biggest danger is for you to actually disappear as an artist, as an actor, as a human being. Because the more you're going to start relying on all the external things that you have to do as an actor, right? All your drop-offs and your tapes, and you're trying to get the good team and trying to improve and trying to work with the best teachers and trying to, do your good self-tapes, all of those trying to do all of those ducks in a row type of things. If you're not able to show up for them as the full, open, authentic, free version of yourself, the way that you will show up for all of the pieces in the puzzle, your headshot, your reel, your team, your auditions, your tapes, etc., you will not, and I use this hand analogy or image, you will not be able to show up like your full authentic self. You'll show up resistant. So you'll show up like this. So for any piece of your puzzle, if you're showing up like this, it goes without saying that you're going to have to make up for what's not there, right? So you're going to push, you're going to fake, you're going to be inauthentic. And that is the danger. You're going to try and people please. You're going to remove all your energy and go into the expectations of what you think the industry wants of you. And then you disappear as an artist. And that is a huge danger for you. Today, I wanted to talk to you about what the opportunity is for you in 22. The opportunity, you might think, is to get a big break, is to be lucky, is to book a job or to have a better team or a better agent or to book more, better jobs, etc. And that's definitely not the opportunity that I want to be talking about, right? Because we talked last week about the fact that the danger is not for you to not have those things. The danger is for you to disappear. So the opportunity, obviously, here, and you might have been trying to do so many things to get ready for 22, to work with a lot of well-known teachers and to like hone in on your method and on your technique and to really try and get ready for 2022. But the real opportunity here is to actually understand on a deeper level what is happening in the world and in the acting industry. What is happening in the last 2 years, and even more so now actually with the Omicron level of the pandemic, is that everything is unpredictable. It always was unpredictable, but it's become more in our face that there is no way that we can control anything out there. We never could, but we let ourselves to believe we could. We were conditioned to believe that if we did things right or if we did things a certain way, things would work out. Or like we were really trained to believe in our conditioning that we can control our environment. And right now, this pandemic has been communicating definitely that we cannot control what's happening anymore. And so how it, happens in the movie industry is that, projects are on and they're not. We're shooting and we're closing up. We're shooting your part and no, that part of the production needs to shut down because there's been some COVID exposure. And so suddenly you're shooting and you were not ready and you're booked the day before and you get the sides on the moment. So you have to be so much more ready to jump through hoops, to be pressured, to recycle yourself into something new, to get another role in the last minute, to get new lines. You have to be so much more flexible in 2022. that you used to before, because the nature of this world and the nature of this industry has dramatically been impacted by COVID, by the pandemic. And therefore, the way that people are moving projects forward is that, we just have to come up with decisions and solutions on the spot. And so you have to be so much more flexible as an actor, so much more available emotionally. You have to be able to be bathing in productions that are so stressed, that are so conflictive, where there's so much more ego than before. There's so much more problems, so much more opinions about how to go about things, that as an actor, as an artist, you need to be able to navigate that. It doesn't mean you need to get stronger to block them out of your system. It means that if you're in the middle of a production and there's some COVID stress plus added to all the other stresses that a production usually has to manage as it's building something from nothing, you really have to be able to navigate that stress and let it impact you and let that serve your character, right? You barricading yourself, you trying to protect yourself, you trying to control an entire production of 20, 100, 200 people does not make sense. It never did make sense. It never worked. It never served you. But now more than ever, what this pandemic is teaching us, if it is teaching us anything, is we don't know what's happening out there. And therefore, the only opportunity that there is for us to stop relying on what we think we know about what's going on outside. We cannot control anymore. The opportunity here is to go for an update, is to go for your version 2.0, so that you're able to navigate the density of challenges, of changes, of stress, of last minute decisions, of last minute intensities, of last minute egos in your face trying to solve problems, and you able to remain present. That does not mean you being permeable to everything that's happening. It does not mean you being unaffected by what is happening. It does not mean you being stronger than what is happening. It means the opposite. It means you being so open and truthful, instinctive, free, alive, that you can be in that much stress and yet still show up, still be free, not close up, not feel like you need to protect yourself, but actually let it feed your performances, let it feed your characters, let it feed the story, because so much more is happening. There's so much more life. There's so much more importance in everything that's being done, because it's difficult to do it, right? It's more challenging to put a project together nowadays than it was before. It was challenging before, and we thought we could control it, and we thought we could have techniques and methods and show up and never fail. Well, that doesn't make sense anymore. It doesn't make sense. So the opportunity is really for you not only to finally become your true version, which most of us are not, because there's so much conditioning that's been poured down our throat from the first day we were here and at school and in acting school, that we're born, raised, and living in a culture that demands that we behave, that demands that we fit, that demands that we please. And that is no longer sustainable. It wasn't in the first place before the pandemic. It wasn't interesting. It wasn't artistically juicy or creative, because you can't create from a place where you're not, right? If all your energy is in trying to please, trying to do it right, trying to be loved, you're not in your instrument. You're not defending the character's needs. You're defending your ego's needs. Right? So it wasn't sustainable before, it wasn't fulfilling before, and it wasn't impactful for an audience before. But now that we are in this new 2.0 world, 2022, where things are much, much more uncontrollable, completely chaotic, and people are just dancing with it to make things happen, that's what you need to be able to do. Not to get stronger, not to build stronger muscles. You want to be like the tree that can move with the wind, not the one that can break with the wind, right? So you really want to become the most honest, most authentic, most free, alive, instinctive version of yourself. The one that has all your puzzle pieces, not the ones where you're suppressed. And those are the two things that are left out of all your puzzle pieces. You want to be you, and a you that can take a storm. You want to be able to be that eye in the storm, that presence, so that you can meet those bigger challenges, so that you can show up for your character and for those stories within crazy, stormy circumstances. The opportunity for 2022 is really to upgrade your system, to update it, not to get better, but to actually get more present with you and with what is happening, more open. We need more of you. We need your presence. We need your aliveness, your authenticity, and it will be within the actual circumstances, right? So that is the opportunity for you to rebirth yourself into you, for you to awaken yourself into your true self. It's the moment for your enlightenment. In other words, it's the moment for you to become really, really you. So that when you are that incredible, infinitely powerful you and unique you, and we're all infinitely powerful in very different ways, then you can meet the challenge. From that place, you can meet the challenge because you're inside your body, inside your mind, inside your heart, inside your soul. You're connected. You're there. If you're not there, you cannot meet the current challenge. It's going to be a lot of do, a lot of effort, and it's going to be shallow. It's not going to be interesting to watch. All right. Thank you. Bye.